For today's sculpture, we're going to be using a cedar slab. It's 24 inches tall by 13 inches wide and 1.5 inches thick. First thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our marking pen and we're going to start in the middle and create the tree design. Doesn't have to be perfect, just an outline for us to follow. Once completed, we'll grab our chainsaw. We're going to give it to this side and that side. Now, before we move down here, we're going to slice right here and right here to get this edge down. Now we'll go back to these cuts. If you're using a jaw horse like me, be careful with the chainsaw getting too close. You'll kill your chain. Now with the basic shape out, now we're going to work on where the branches are going to flare out. Now if you have a smaller chainsaw with a smaller bar, I would move to that, but you can use the big one. It's just a little bit easier to use this one. You'll start off by making 2 cuts right there, and then shaving this down on each side. And then go ahead and do that with all these. Now for the trunk of the tree, we're going to follow these guidelines and make it kind of like a half sphere. Now to texture this tree, I like to start from the top and work my way towards the bottom. And we're going to use just the tip of the chainsaw and kind of flare out when you get close to the bottom. We're going to do that for this side and that side. Alright, so now we're done with the chainsaw. This can double as something that can go up against the wall or hang on the wall. So we're going to add a little tab on the back and we're going to use the die grinder. I like the cone bit personally. We'll find a spot where it has a lot of meat left on the slabs, probably right here. So now we have a nice place to add a hook and this can be hung on the wall. I like to torch this before sanding just to get all these little fuzzies off. Now for sanding the top, you can use an angle grinder or a flap sander. I'm gonna use a flap sander. Now we'll use the angle grinder to sand the bottom. Now at this point, you can leave it how it is, or you can add a little bit more torching to make this look nice if you want just a natural tree. But we're going to go ahead and paint this. I'm going to add some tape to the bottom right here so I don't have to sand this again. Because when you spray paint, there's always going to be overspray. And that should be good, pretty good right there. Now for the paint today, we're just going to be using black and some type of green. I'm using verde guacamole. We're gonna take the black and we're just gonna get all the edges. Now for the green, we're just gonna lightly dust the rest. And now for the reveal. Yeah, see, if we didn't add all this tape, that would have been going right over there and we would have had to resand this. And there we have it. If you're a beginner carver just trying to make easy sculptures, you know, putting your hat in the ring, or if you're just looking for something to add for your inventory, it shows. These are perfect. A lot of my customers like them, and they're really, really fun carve to make. I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment what you'd like to see next, and we'll see you in the next one.